Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. In today's episode, we're going to do some exploring. Most notably, we can see down here into the Black Pits, which is where we're heading eventually. I think I can actually get down there right now by doing like a... You can just like... jump down here, I think. There is a way to do it. If you find the right position, you can just jump down. I'm not going to do that though. I am going to explore this place. Interesting, someone's doing painting out here. Going through and exploring this place relatively thoroughly.
It sounds like there's a battle unfolding nearby.
Down here. I may want to... I may want to do this now. I can't remember... There's something with this quest where you need a certain set of skills to be able to actually help the person properly, but we'll just do it and see what happens.
The man paces back and forth, puffing anxiously on a pipe. His face is creased with tiredness. The faint coppery hue of dried blood stains his hands. He sees you.
If you're looking for healing or the like, then you'd best look elsewhere. My plate is full for now.
Note the lingering traces of blood on his hands and ask what's preoccupying him.
The man chomps on the bit of his pipe, generating a small cloud of nervous smoke. Finally, he plucks it from his mouth and clears his throat.
I came by a new patient, a young woman, very troubled. I'll do what I can for her, but I'll need to concentrate. And that means...
He gestures with his pipe for you to leave.
So you have knowledge of healing and offer to help.
Fine. You can help. Take this key and go to the cellar. I'll join you there. Just be careful. It's clear she's a powerful sorcerer, but also whatever she was subjected to has warped her in body and mind. I have her locked up for good reason.
Okay, so I'm going to make a hard save here. The reason is I remember this being like really high level, and I'm not sure if it's just because when I did it, I came back here like quite early, so it's possible that like I'm okay now, but it is worth noting that I vaguely remember it being like level 14, which I'm just not going to be able to do at this point. Is the route? Oh. I guess he wants me to go in the front door. Because apparently going in the back door is stealing. Yeah, so if this is too high level for me, then we'll just leave it for now and come back to it later, but... we'll see. Oh, interesting. I've forgotten about this, but it seems that she's a watcher? What are they called?
Across the cellar,
Silent
a
watcher?
shape bearing some resemblance to a woman lurches around to face you. It utters a marrow-curdling gurgle.
She senses us. Be calm and quiet. No sudden moves.
Point out the partially healed circular wound open on the woman's scalp. A trepanation wound. Someone opened her skull and tinkered around, it seems.
You're right. I hadn't noticed before. Couldn't get close enough. We have to help her. Maybe we can reverse whatever was done to her.
Agree. If there's even a small chance of saving her, you have to try.
All right. We need her subdued, understand? Do whatever you can to weaken her. Just don't go too far or you might kill her.
Another gurgle, sharper, angrier. Then the sound of rapid footfalls rushing towards you.
So this is terrifying. These guys are level 12, so they're not as high a level as I remember them being. I think if you want to save her, you have to kill all of these things rather than killing her, which obviously is hard, because look at them. So we may actually come back here later and do this, I think. Also, I can't remember exactly how to save her, and if I can, I want to. So we're actually going to load back to the safety save. I just wanted to check what level they were. Level 12 is probably doable at this point, but it would turn into a whole episode. And as it stands, the last episode we did, which was last week at this point, but it was like, the last episode was really short. I'm doing this in the same recording session, by the way. But the previous episode was quite short. It was essentially just one fight, and like one quest line, and then we were done. So I wanted to avoid that, if at all possible. For another episode. So instead, we're going to head down this way. Talk to this dog. Hello.
The shaggy dog keeps his distance, wary eyes sizing you up as his hackles rise.
You run away. Everyone here run away. All run. All run. Something.
Huh. Villain tag. Interesting. Tell him it all depends on the definition of running away he uses.
He cocks his head to one side, confusion and suspicion wrinkling up his fuzzy face.
I ran away from bad man. Very bad man. Man wanted to make me spider food. I know. I can sniff good and bad. Like a bad.
Ask him to sniff you. Do you smell good or bad?
He paws a few tentative steps closer and sniffs all around you, nose wrinkling with concentration.
You good master. Good master.
Oh, good.
He bounds forwards and licks your face effusively. His breath stinks of graveyard clay and ancient bones.
That's kind of disgusting.
Immediately, you feel an allergic reaction developing on your cheek. Hot red blotches spreading in an angry rash.
He has a very infected mouth, apparently.
The dog scurries away to sniff about the area, leaving you with his approval and an itchy face.
Cool, I guess. Autosave there, interestingly. So this place is fucked, as you can see.
Looks like this place has seen better days. Much better days.
Hey, Gareth.
Gareth toils in monotony.
I'm permanently diseased, I think. Nod to the mounds of dirt. What's going on?
Gareth freezes, then turns slowly towards you. His breaths are steady, his voice a monotone.
I'm digging my murdered parents' graves. I'd ask that you show your respects.
Gareth moves to continue his task, but his cadence falters. He pauses. Silence hangs, begging to be broken.
Apologize, you had no idea.
No, of course you didn't. Godwoken, I've seen Seeker's blood seeping into the sand. I waded through corpses on the deck of the Lady Vengeance. But when the lifeless eyes looking back at you are your own mother's...
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
I just didn't know. I didn't know what darkness lied beyond pain. Now, well... now I do.
Reach out to comfort him.
Gareth shies away from you. His eyes pass over the half-filled graves, and he takes a shuddering breath.
Comfort! Even Lucian has none to spare. I've prayed to him, an endless litany. How many tears do I have to shed? How much must I lose for him to listen?
It's a man of faith. And when bad stuff happens to him and his faith breaks, it makes the bad things worse.
No comfort, only recompense. Against Dallas's cronies, against the abomination that carry out their commands. The monks do the dirty work, and the whites keep their robes clean. Convenient. The monks that did it, they're still in the house, spreading their rancid smell. Paladins came to clean up the mess. In the name of Lucian, they say, and they seem to believe it.
Gareth forcefully exhales and looks past you to the nearby house. You fear he might snap the shovel's handle in two.
I feel like giving him a nerve tonic would just piss him off at this point. Who are the paladins?
If you'd asked me yesterday, I'd have said they were the only ones left in the Divine Order worth their weight in salt. I have honored their devotion to our lost Lucian.
They're like the old guard of the Divine Order.
Today, though, I don't know. The Paladins once fought the Black Ring at Lucian's command. The most courageous thing they could do now is turn their backs on the Order. I'm not holding my
Yeah. So they're like the old guard who, at least Gareth believes, are pretty respectable, but their devotion to the divine, they're too loyal, essentially, is the problem that Gareth has with them. Say that Lucian might be gone, but you are still here for him, the Seekers too.
I've got no use for empty platitudes. Not for some snobbish lobster chosen as the Seven's special pet.
Interesting.
You swear you hear Gareth's pulse, galloping faster than a saddled mount. You've never heard such a thing before, but you suspect Gareth's heart is close to tearing.
If you want to help, then you find the craven wight that ordered their slaughter. Anyone that stands between you and truth, no matter the flag they fly or creed they follow, make them bleed.
Okay. So, interesting, you have the villain tag here, so I can actually make him embrace his evil, which is kind of funny. The hero tag is to use Lucian's words. Honestly, I don't think that's the correct thing. I think the parents is probably something that's more likely to convince him.
His clenched jaw tightens further, and then, in an instant, Gareth's guard is broken. Tears well in his eyes. With every blink, a pearl of grief falls to his cheeks.
My parents, they did nothing to deserve this. They were good. Honest. More honest than me. I'd give my own life to bring them back. I never got that last chance to tell them I loved them. I never got to say goodbye. You're right. There's nothing more to be done here. Lucian, forgive me. And please, Godwoken, please forgive me too.
Poor Gareth. If you come here early enough, you can actually save his parents. Essentially, if you immediately come here,
What's the alternative? Guard this door
you
forever?
essentially,
Feed them like
you
pets?
can save them,
Just
but
together, man.
I didn't. Hello, paladins.
The two paladins Gareth mentioned are arguing in front of the door to the modest farmstead. As they notice your arrival, they stop talking and look at you quizzically.
Stand aside. I need to enter the house.
We're guarding it. And believe me, you don't want to go in there. There's a bunch of silent monks inside who've tasted blood today. Already killed in there, so they did.
Tell them you work for the Magisters. You're here to retrieve order property.
I don't think so. Stay out of our business. Back off.
Or what?
Back off.
I mean, I'm going into the house.
I can't.
Scoff, you're not the only one. You're only being accused because you're a lizard. Look at this, they attacked me. Ridiculous. Let's do some rain first. Can pretty easily kill these paladins, I think. They have very little magic armor, which sucks for them. Because I can freeze them. Sure, and 10. I'm just gonna refreeze them. Well, let's hit him with that lightning. I think I delay my turn here. They attacked me, officer. Chill. You may get protected by the roof here. He didn't. It's fine. Cellar is knocked down, it seems. Well, hello.
The lumpen silent monk stands like a pillar of decaying flesh. So still it seems he is not even breathing.
Draw up closer to investigate. Is he even breathing?
All of a sudden, like a bellows, he exhales a fetid gust right into your face.
Hmm.
The stench of rot shrouds you, coating you in a way you fear will never truly be washed away.
Leave him be. I'm, like, continuously diseased. I'm gonna just, like, fortify myself to get rid of it. Fantastic. Hello.
Emaciated of body and spirit, this silent monk stands straighter than the others, the remnants of military bearing clear in her posture.
Hmm. That was the one they were talking about. They were discussing the fact that one of their own had been turned into a silent monk. Hello.
May Gareth always choose the right path.
Ask what happened here.
Nothing we didn't see coming. We always knew Gareth was fated for greatness. As a boy, he'd leap through the fields with wooden sword in hand, slaying imaginary demons, protecting us from whatever evil he would dream up. We also knew that good men make enemies. We knew evil would come, and so it did. Not as a demon or as a witch, but as a man Gareth once knew as a friend. Jonathan.
White Magister.
He watched eagerly as those shambling husks descended. It seemed like a game to him. Like theatre.
Jesus.
We would never blame Gareth. The righteous always pay a price. May the Seven will it. He will always be the hero we know him to be.
This is interesting here. The dialogue here is a bit off. You can actually meet Jonathan before all of this goes down. And it gives you the dialogue options as if that had happened. Like, you never saw this treachery coming. It's like, okay. Or protest, are you sure it was Jonathan you saw? Like, both of these are kind of making the assumption that you know who Jonathan is, which we don't actually, because we went a certain route that doesn't actually mean we ever meet him. Bow your head, you never saw this treachery coming.
We always want to believe in each other. It's what separates us from the void. It's what makes our existence worthwhile. It's what we do next that defines us. We can respond with treachery, or we can rise above.
So you'll do your best to put Gareth on the right path.
I trust that you will.
Note the area's level of destruction. Surely the monks didn't do all this.
Gareth did his duty. We felt it was only right that we did ours. The farm was always a safe space for sorcerers needing refuge. They deserved a haven, and so we gave them one.
Yep.
Our guests were usually frightened, shy, grateful. They never used their source, so the Voidwoken never came. The last one, though, she wasn't like the others. A lizard named Hanak. We housed her and fed her. Robes like a wizard's, voice like a queen's. Voidwoken appeared before long, and paladins after that.
Yeah, Hennig. She's not afraid to use her source, that's for damn
She
sure.
clearly drew the Magister's attentions. Our fates were written.
Off your empathy, surely the sorcerer meant no harm.
I never thought she meant to do us wrong. I don't blame her for fleeing to the Cloister Wood. I worry for her.
Interesting, so Gareth's mother doesn't actually believe that Hanag did it on purpose, and I don't really either. I think she just did it out of carelessness, because Hanag is incredibly careless.
May Gareth always choose the right path.
There's a chest here. Cool, I guess. Identify this. Warfare. On the first page, you read Warfare by J. Hanneman. After that, pages upon pages of words and verses about death, demons, destruction, and war are recorded. Judging, gloating, accepting, analyzing. Some seemingly random lines inspire you to create grenades based on poison and intestines. and you decide to try out next time you have the necessary ingredients. Cool, I guess. How good was this belt? Leadership and dodging? Eh. Not good enough for my liking. There's also a little box here, which you should be able to pick the lock of, I believe. Indeed. Just a silver cup, nothing particularly interesting in there. On the origins of Lucian, I believe we've already read. Ark City Guide we've already read. Son against Father. This is also about Lucian, I believe. Talks about Lucian and his son. Son against Father, Death in the Elflands, a dramatic retelling of true events. Lucian the Divine and his adopted son Damien stand, square-shouldered, before each other, alike not in visage, but in determination. Damien, and what have you been to me these years? I'm your father. It was I who saved you, I who loved you. Love? You denied me everything I am. My true nature, the woman I loved. You would have seen me clean-cheeked, clinging, castrated if it meant I'd cause you no trouble. I am no Alexander. My boy, your words bite me, and are vipers. Please say no more. You made me silent all my life. I'll stay silent no more. I mean, granted, that's a dramatic retelling of it, so it probably didn't go exactly like that, but it's interesting nonetheless. Are these silent monks, arguably worth killing? They put up no resistance, you can just murder them. But it's interesting one way or the other. Jonathan's gloves. It's another clue, if you didn't find them before, that Jonathan is the culprit. Not horrible gloves, to be perfectly honest. They're not great, though. Alright, so we're sitting at 22 minutes. I'm going to keep going for now, though. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. As you can see here, there is some pretty serious destruction to this place. Requires pretty intense source magic to pull off something like this. It's pretty ridiculous. Am I going to go to the Black Pits first? Or am I going to head up here? I may head up into Paradise Downs first, actually. You know what? Yeah, I think I will. I'm actually going to head up this way.
Everything is very dark inside.
Indeed. Have to be somewhat careful here that we don't get murdered. But for the most part, we can just teleport where we need to go. Chest here, that's cool, I guess. There's like a way over here that I can possibly teleport to. Maybe not.
Ground's trembling almost as bad as the Lady Vengeance on rough seas.
Indeed. So we want to head over this way, which means we want to jump over here with Losa. Teleport. We're just going to do this sort of jump and teleport, Dead Magisters, interestingly. I want to be careful of this these geysers of death. Jump up here.
There's going to be a mid-harvest here this year.
There's Sally over here. We're decaying, by the way. She's dead. There's a dead farmer. I wonder, actually... Huh. There's a shocked sheep. Hello.
This is madness. I'm having flashbacks from the Great War.
The Great War? What side were you on?
The Black Ring, of course. At least they're honest about how wicked they are.
That's interesting. Ask the sheep what's happening here.
The Gangle-legs have gone nuts for good this time. They're destroying the place for reasons too stupid to know.
The gangle legs. Yeah, take a leaf. Interesting. It's kind of insane that this sheep has managed to survive where it is, but... I mean, more power to it, I suppose. Hello.
The farm's gone. The farm's gone. And everyone inside it. I wonder if them strangers made it. I sure hope so. I hope so.
That's what happened here.
End times, I think. I think this is it. I think this is it for us all.
Yeah.
The end times.
Yeah, if the earth was ripped apart like this, I'd think it was the apocalypse too, to be fair.
There was a couple staying in my place. Young folks. Sweet folks. Hiding from the Reds. But then came the end. I wonder if they made it. I wonder if they made it.
They did indeed make it, actually. Oh, hello, Mr. Magister.
She's up ahead, there! Get her! Get her!
Ask who the spirit means.
She's Black Ring! Black Ring and she'll gut you in a heartbeat! Oh, God, I'm hit! Go on without me! Don't let her escape!
I mean, you're dead, dude.
No! Please!
Goddamn Magisters. I'm prejudiced. What do you want from me? Hello?
You sense a blur of movement at your side. Before you can react, there's a blade under your chin and a slim, pale hand upon your weapon. A voice whispers in your ear with a breathy purr.
A guest? How brazen of you to enter without knocking.
There's no door.
The press of the blade encourages you further into the room, then retreats. You turn to face a woman in black ring robes. She's pale and vividly beautiful, wearing a smile that's somewhere between impish and cruel.
What a beautiful turn of phrase. The way that they do the narration in this game is fantastic. Wearing a smile that's somewhere between impish and cruel. What a perfect description of... Like, it just gives you such a good image in your head. I mean, whoever did the writing for this, I want them to D&D my... Like, I want them to game master my D&D games. That's what all I'm saying.
Perhaps I'll give you a chance to explain yourself.
Remark that she's clearly no farmer. She must be trespassing too.
She lowers her weapon and gives you a curious look. Not because of your response, though. She's noticed something.
You're no ordinary traveler, are you? You positively reek of sauce. Are you the one responsible for this mayhem surrounding us?
Deny any responsibility, but add that you're seeking to further your knowledge of Source.
And whoever turned this stretch of cow country into a death-filled valley is likely to be powerful enough to help you. Is that what you thought?
I mean, pretty much.
You look like someone who wouldn't turn down a good thing when it comes to them. How about a little deal? You help us, and I'll show you how to make true use of Source.
She gestures to where a young magister is propped up on a cot in the corner. He's ashen and dazed. His shoulder bound in layers of crimson-soaked wound dressing.
This is Mahali. We absconded together. I from the Black Ring and he from the Magisters. We fell for each other while I was his prisoner. Love will set you free.
Interesting. Romeo and Juliet, as it were. Also, look at the spells that this woman sells. I remember this being a thing. She's insane amount of spells. Also some really good armor and stuff as well, but mainly just the spells. I will sell all my crap to her though.
Mahali put himself at great risk to free me from Magister captivity. We made it clear, but he picked up quite a nasty wound. We found refuge in this charming hamlet. But then, well, I'm sure you saw for yourself. The landscape tore itself open, Voidwoken appeared, and a shroud of decay fell over us. It's preventing Mahali's wounds from healing. So, now we must escape this place. Or else remove the decaying shroud so Mahali can heal. Help us, and I'll help you.
Agree to help. You could help clear a path for them.
Thank you. Please, clear the way so that we can head south in the direction of the coast. The north is too dangerous. It crawls with Voidwoken. Once you've helped Mahali and I pass freely, once we're truly clear, I'll give you what you want.
Her eyes speak volumes.
All that you want.
Say that you're going to investigate this strange decaying shroud first. Removing it will make an easier escape.
Wise, perhaps. Its effects seem to be stronger to the north. I'd start looking there.
Interesting here. So everybody is decaying. Which is an interesting kind of... Doesn't actually tell you anything about her. It's an interesting kind of aura around this place that just makes everything decay. I know what's causing it. The problem is that it's essentially a creature, and the creature is insanely powerful. So we're not going to do that yet. I do want to head over like this way though, because I believe... Is that the way I want to go? Yeah. I believe I can actually find a teleporter point here. Or at least somewhere close-ish to here. Augmenter, that's relatively rare. This here is what's causing the Harbinger of Doom. It's level 15. I don't want to fight it if we can at all avoid it. In fact, I'm going to save just in case, because I don't want to go near it. But as you can see there, quite powerful. Lots of dead farmers around here, as one might expect. We can jump up here though, and once again... teleport up. I think over here is the teleport point. Is this like destroyed house that has something to do with something? We're pretty much coming to the end of the episode. I just want to get to the teleport point is the main thing that I want to do. And if we can pull that off, then we'll end the episode. Hello, shocked cow.
Ooh, yes, yes, burn.
Okay. Look at the cow ensconce. Is it enjoying the destruction here?
Your kind has been dismembering and burning mine since time immemorial. I must admit, the smell of charred human flesh is so very enticing.
Interesting. Take your leave. That's, interesting. A very together with it cow, it would seem. There's some boots here. Apparently. There's regular leather boots. It's kind of weird. I don't need you. I'm trying to remember where this I'm a devoir. Here it is. So we were closer than I thought. Stardust herb, that's useful. We now have a teleporter, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to teleport back here when I leave, because getting to Almira otherwise you have to go, like, the closest teleporter is like the graveyard, you have to walk all the way up, it's a pain in the ass. Whereas here you can just sort of run up here and teleport across and you can get to Almira. This here is where that big monster was, which I guess I should mark. Big beastie. Alright, so next episode we're going to probably explore all up this north area. Just finish exploring Paradise Downs. I don't think we'll be able to take this thing on. Level 15 is probably out of our range at this point. We will do it at some point to help Almira though. Alright, perfect. That's going to be it for this episode though. So, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And oh my god, we look horrible. And if you liked the video, as always... sorry. I cut myself off and now I'm screwed. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, as always. I shall see you next time.